We're going to talk about some Doctor Who. We're going to talk a little bit about the Doctor Who, and we're going to have a lot of fun doing so. So make sure you guys are ready for that. Have you been watching Doctor Who, Zia?
So I am. All right. Here's my whole thing with Doctor Who. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. I love it so much. I started watching it again for the third time, which actually isn't that many. So I've watched things more. But I'm rewatching it for the third time with X-Ray Girl because she's never seen it before. So we watched the reboot. We're watching New Who. My dad used to watch Classic Who. I know people love Classic Who. I've watched a couple episodes of Classic Who. It's not bad, but it's old as and so it can be a little bit rough. And I understand that people love it, and I'm not trying to shit on it, but it's a tough watch sometimes. It's good writing and it's cool, but it's a tough watch. But anyway, I love New Who. I started with Christopher Eccleston.
Yep.
And I absolutely love it. I stopped with Capaldi right around when Bill came in. That's when I pieced out. And then I came back when Jodie Whittaker was in because I was covering it for AfterBuzz and I was doing the after show. And that season made me so sad. I wanted to cry. I was watching it and I was like, this is the worst shit I've ever seen. And I was trying my best to go in with an open mind. I knew as soon as they were like, it's about time we have a woman doctor, I was like, oh, this doesn't bode well. But you know what? Let's see. Because I actually liked Michelle Gomez as Missy, who's the reincarnation of the Master. I actually thought she did a fantastic job. It wasn't her fault that those seasons started to fall apart a little bit.
Yeah. Real quick, this is my alt channel, and my main channel is in danger every day of getting banned as a result of talking with these amazing people very candidly. So please do me a favor and subscribe down below. Helps me out a lot. Get the hell on it, doggone it.
So anyway, I couldn't, I had to stop. I had to stop watching it. After that season, I was fucking done. And I've had so many people try to coerce me into be like, we'll hate watch it and we'll talk shit about it. And I know that makes people money. I realize that, but it makes me too sad to watch something that I love so much being fucking stomped on and ruined and turned into complete and utter garbage. And also, I don't want to give them the numbers. Fuck them. They don't deserve it.
Yeah. I think that they're intentionally destroying all these people that like are suffering from this weird ass mind virus. I don't even know. A lot of people say it's the woke mind virus, and I think it's kind of gay. That there's something going on to where people are intentionally destroying decade-long art just to provoke people online. And it's very disheartening because Russell T Davies, for some reason, told on himself and said he conflates. He didn't say but this is what he meant. He said that it's not right to conflate wheelchairs with evil because they took the creator of the Daleks, Davros. They took Davros. Yeah. If you guys watch Doctor Who, Davros is this old zombie looking dude who looks cool as fuck. Got a little jewel in his head, and he has like a motorized thing. Because his body's been destroyed, so he like rolls around in this motorized thing, and he's an evil son of a bitch. Well, Russell T Davies is like, I don't like associating evil with wheelchairs and disability. I'm like, no one ever did that. No one ever saw Davros and be like, fuck, I hate wheelchair people. No, they were like, damn, Davros is crazy. I didn't even think about the freaking motorized chair, but so they just turned him into like a white dude. Now he's just like an ugly white dude. Like
that's what they do. All villains and anyone who's evil has to suddenly be a white dude. I'm noticing that they're doing that a lot. It's happening a lot. They're like, well, we can't make anyone evil a person of color or someone disabled, which you're right. That's such a bizarre reach. The fact that he thought that is telling on himself because I've never thought of that in my entire fucking life. I also never thought just because Professor X is in a wheelchair, I was never like, oh, all heroes are in wheelchairs. No. It's just the character. What the fuck?
Yeah. Well, that was just a mask slipping on Russell T Davies. He's apparently disgusted by wheelchair people, which is whatever. But he went a little bit further and decided to insert all the pronoun bullshit. And also, by the way, awkwardly. It wasn't even natural. It was the weirdest shit in the world. It was very, very awkward and clunky dialogue where the show would be doing the old Doctor Who thing. And then all of a sudden, this like young trans black woman's like, did you just assume this Furby's gender right now in a condescending way? Like always, it's never like an informative thing. It's always super condescending when they do it. And the doctor apparently who has been through time and space, every reality, every timeline ever, just didn't realize pronouns were a thing. And for some reason, I guess the all-knowing, timeless, all all knowledge person just didn't know about this. So thank God he was taught and coached by a young trans black woman. Thank God that person exists to teach the doctor his dumbassery and his old school ways. So that happened. The Furby thing happened. This is the last episode, by the way. This isn't even the most recent one. So they do that, and then there's this weird, awkward scene. And I played it last stream, and BBC struck my channel, by the way, so I had to delete all that. So if you delete it, it doesn't go through, thank God. But anyways, so there's another scene at the end of the Doctor Who episode where all the women are standing arm in arm, like with like tons of guys with guns behind them, like Nazis or something, and they just completely over and over berate the Doctor that because he's a man, which doesn't make sense because the Doctor, they're trying to paint the Doctor as trans because the Doctor can be woman or male. So they're trying to say the Doctor's trans, but they're binary or non-binary or whatever. But they're also saying that because the Doctor looks like a man, he's stupid because men don't understand women's strife.
Oh, this is exhausting.
They actually literally say, you know, we know everything and you would have seen it if you were a female. And I'm like, and they look like villains. They are standing there. They all look like villains. Everybody in this that's condescendingly preaching just looks like villains.
See, this is not how you garner empathy. I think empathy is an important skill set or just trait to have because you truly don't know what other people go through. And it's kind of nice to be like, you know what? Putting yourself in other people's positions is a good way to live life because I just think everyone's better for it. This is not how you do this.
Yeah.
This is not how you do it. This is making everything worse, not better. This is why people are like, fuck you.
And it seems purposeful. It doesn't seem, the reason it seems purposeful is because the dialogue is clunky. None of it's natural. But keep in mind, the writer, Russell T Davies, worked on a lot of really good Doctor Who shit. Suddenly he just can't write. Like there's all this random, overt, condescending, clunky dialogue out of nowhere that's just shitting on dudes. Like
I know. It doesn't make any sense.
Why is it always effeminate fucking white dudes that are writing this shit? Like, we need to just bring a black dude in to write it from now on. Fuck it. Just find a black guy. You write Doctor Who now. It's going to be like, there's going to be a lot of hood shit in it, but that's better than this shit.
I was going to say, it'd be a little street. I'm down.
Yeah, fuck it. Like, God, I would rather have that than this condescending, like, everybody's got to be on board with the pronoun. Everybody's got to be on board with non-binary or else. No, you don't. No one has to be on board with any shit. No one does. I don't have to be on board with nothing.
Also, the chances of you running into people like that are pretty fucking slim, like out in the real world. The people that are going to be like that are young kids who are trying to figure themselves out and find themselves. And that was a whole group of friends that I was with in high school who fucking didn't really know. Like some of them were gay, obviously gay. That's a thing. And they're going to grow up and stay gay. But a lot of kids go through that shit where they're trying to figure it out. And they're like, I'm trying to fit in. I don't feel like I fit in anywhere. They're non-binary. And then guess what? They grow the fuck out of it a lot of the times. Because it's like a weird, it's a weird phase. So your chances of meeting someone like I'll tell you right the fuck now, I'm not talking to young kids and I'm not talking to kids in high school. I have like, as soon as someone comes around, they look like actual children to me. And I'm like, I have nothing to say to you. So this is not going to affect my life in any sort of way. And when I talk to a dude, I swear to God, I talked to this guy in the gym today and I don't even think I can say it on YouTube because I'll get your channel probably taken down. But it made me laugh so fucking hard because he was using this Smith machine.
Yeah.
And I needed it. And I just, machine, And I was over there and I was like, hey, how many more sets do you had? He had bitch machine. He had 3 more sets to go. And this dude is like, okay, I'll say this is like one of the most attractive guys I've ever seen. He looks like a Greek fucking god. It's wild. He's like this big, tall guy. His shoulders are like this. He's fucking like straight teeth. And so we're talking to him and he looks like he could be Hawaiian and like maybe Pacific Islander, maybe mixed with Asian. So I asked him, I'm like, where are you from? He goes, he's like, what town? He goes, I'm from, wherever here in New Jersey. And I'm like, no, what state? And he goes, I'm from New Jersey. I was like, oh, wow, you like really look like you're Hawaiian or you could be from Hawaii. And he's like, actually, I've gotten that before. People think I'm Asian because I have. And he said the CH word, eyes.
Oh, God.
And I was like,
dang.